Right, we're going to start off. We thought it'd be nice if Sarah Jane introduced all these lovely girls to you. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Perfect. Okay, so we're going to start off with so Georgia, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Have you ever been a rainbow or a brownie or a guide?
I've been a rainbow. I had a purple apron. Is it still a purple apron that they get now? No, it's changed a lot since then. Yeah, it was probably about 15 years ago, maybe. Oh, more than that, 20. Goodness me, 20 years ago, I was a rainbow.
So Elsie's our rainbow today. Elsie, do you want to model your uniform for Georgia? Stand up so you should look in the screen. Look, see what you wear now as you're a rainbow.
Wow.
Look at that.
Loads
like
of red.
Tracksuit.
Fantastic.
See, Georgia, you'd like it now because it's all red.
I love it.
Would you like to tell everybody what your name is and what unit you're from?
Elsie Harris.
Hi, Elsie.
And which rainbows do you go to, Elsie?
Fish on Hendy.
Brilliant.
Fantastic. I think George is very excited about your uniform, Carys. So next
Elsie.
we've got some brownies on the screen. So who's going to go next? Put your hand up. Who's my brownies? All right, Celyn, can you tell everybody your name and what unit you come from?
I'm Celyn and I'm with Seven Fluffy Brownies.
Fantastic. And we've got another brownie joining us. I can see there.
I'm Alice. I'm a brownie and I go to the second academy brownies.
Amazing. And I believe we got somebody in from Conway. Megan, are you on the screen?
Hi, Megan.
Hi.
And what guides do you go to?
To Ganway.
And Isabel, are you on the screen here now? And because I think you're from are you from Cardigan?
Yeah.
And what unit what unit are you in?
I'm in second Cardigan Guides.
Fantastic. And what about Annie?
That's me. I'm Annie and I go to 10th Ely Guides.
Oh, not far then from the fire ground along the way there. And Carys?
Hi.
What guides do you go to?
First Abolitionist.
Brilliant. And not forgetting Lili.
Hi, I'm Lili. I go to second Cardigan Guides.
Fantastic. And the last but not least are Rangers, because that's obviously the last unit, the last part that you go to in Girlguiding. Who have we got on from the Rangers?
Hi, I'm Eve. I go to Brecon Rangers.
So there's a spread, Georgia, for you across Wales on this call this evening, which is quite nice because, you know, we don't want to limit it to just areas around Cardiff. We want girls from all over Wales to see that, you know, cricket is accessible to everybody. So girls, you're doing really, really well. I don't know, Carys, now, you see, I look at your surname, I know exactly. Carys has a mum that's like mega super fan of cricket and smacks the ball everywhere. Okay, so she's made Carys follow in her footsteps, I think. Okay, and Annie, I've been into your unit, haven't I? And run some taster sessions for you. Yes. Okay, so I'm recognizing a few faces, but not everybody. But girls, if you want to just say to Georgia, what kind of cricket? Eve, what cricket do you play?
Oh, just normal cricket at school with my friends. It's like a club.
Yeah,
Amazing.
brilliant. Okay, who plays in a cricket club? Okay. Yeah, well done. Georgia, where do you play? Where's your club?
So my local club to where I grew up is Wolverhampton.
Okay.
So kind of just across the border from Wales, not too far.
Not too far. Okay, let's have a look. Isabel, where do you play?
I play in Sheffield Cricket Club.
Brilliant. Okay, Lili, where do you play?
When I do go playing, I play in the net in the Sheffield Cricket Club.
Right, and Carys, where's your club?
I play Plenty Cricket Club.
Right, Celyn, do you play somewhere?
No, but I'd like to.
Oh, good. Well, George is going to inspire you and your mum to go and join a cricket club when you finish this call. Okay, right. Elsie, do you play cricket? No. Have you ever tried All Stars? No? Oh, we'll have to chat into your mum about that after. Right. Okay, Alice and Megan, do you play cricket anywhere?
Yeah, we go to Dynamo's cricket club. Yeah,
Where?
in Conway.
Conway, excellent. Okay. Right. So I think having done that, Sarah Jane, are you happy for us to start with the questions?
Oh yeah, I think there's some really exciting questions for you this evening, Georgia.
I'm excited.
Elsie's looking really keen, so we're going to come to you first. What's your question, Elsie?
How did you start playing cricket?
Good question. So I've got an older brother. He's 2 years older than me. And when I was your age, he used to make me bowl at him in the garden all the time. So we were out there for hours and hours and hours just playing cricket in the garden. And we lost loads of balls over the fence, over next door, smashed a few windows actually as well. But we've forgotten about that now. Didn't get into too much trouble. Went up to the local cricket club, and then I played there since I was about 9 years old. So I started in the garden at about age, I would say 6 or 7, and then played at my local cricket club from about the age of 9.
Brilliant. So, Celyn, what would you like to ask?
What is the most memorable thing about your career?
Oh, that is a very good question. I was lucky enough to be a part of the women's side that won the World Cup in England in 2017. So I actually got to experience winning a World Cup, which was pretty awesome. That's the thing that sticks out the most as one of my favourite memories. But the best thing about sport, I think, is that it gives you loads and loads and loads of happy memories and good memories. And I'm getting to play a sport that I really love with all of my friends, and that's the best part about it.
I have to say, I was there, Georgia, in
Were you?
2017. I was there. Yes, what an amazing day.
Yeah.
Yes, how
it really
exciting.
was.
I have to, yeah. So I think that's very obviously a very memorable thing to be world champions. You know, yeah. Quite a massive thing. Alice, you've got a question. What would you like to ask?
What's your favourite thing about cricket?
Oh, I love the fact that I get to play with all of my friends, and every game that we play is completely different. So sport can be very unpredictable, a little bit like life. You don't really know what's coming around the corner, and that's especially true in cricket. And I love the fact that I can go out there and every game's going to be a little bit different, and it really tests me and challenges me. But if I'm not doing too well, or I'm feeling a bit sad or disheartened, I've got 10 other people on my team who know me really well, who I'm really good friends with, and who can pick me up, and we all go through it together. So that's one of my favourite things.
Megan, what do you think about that? Does it sound like a good sport to you? Playing with your friends? Yeah. What question would you like to ask Georgia?
Who do you look up to most in the cricket world?
Oh, that's a good question as well. They've all been brilliant questions so far. So when I was your age, there was a teacher at my local school who actually played in the England team, and her name was Lucy Pearson. So when I was your age, I really looked up to her and idolised her, and she was my hero growing up. Now, I don't think I necessarily look up to people, but I'm a bit older now, so I try and have people look up to me. So it's almost come full circle, and I try and be a role model in the dressing room to some of the younger girls coming through, and showing them the ways to behave and how things are done in the changing room and at training and things like that.
Well done. Isabel, what would you like to ask?
What challenges have you faced as a female cricketer, and how have you overcome them?
Another brilliant question. Gosh, if I sat here and listed all the challenges, we'd be here for hours, I think. The first one that springs to mind is when I first started playing, there were no girls' teams at my local cricket club, so I had to play with the boys, which was fine, you know, but I would have preferred to have played with other girls and been able to build that friendship group from an early age. And then as you go along in professional sport, you can't go far without getting an injury or two. And I've had my fair share of those throughout my career. And often people say, oh, what are you most proud of in your career? And I'll say to them, the fact that I've been able to show resilience and come through lots of difficult injuries and get back out there and play the sport I love. I've had a really bad back for most of my career. I get quite a few injuries in my back, and I've always had to come through and get over those and try and come back stronger. But there's always going to be challenges along the way, and I think it's how you deal with them and how you come through them and try and be a better person afterwards.
I think that's one thing that sport does absolutely teach you, is resilience, and that's a good thing all through your life. So it's always good to be part of a team, and that's where the teamwork comes in, is those people that help pick you up and keep you going. So
absolutely,
I think that's why we try. I'm going to introduce my question really at this point, and that is like girl guiding, because I used to be a brown owl. So I'm kind of doing that's how I've managed to get into doing this cricket badge. It's been my biggest challenge since I started this job, is to bring my old responsibilities here, and that cricket matches up with what we're trying to offer girls, same in brownies and guides, but it's girls together.
Yeah,
it's that thing that you were missing when you were younger.
Yeah,
is that it's great to be part of a team. And I think what we've got this same structure here, haven't we, that girls coming and doing activities together encourages more girls to take part in things. It's great to do things with your friends, but you are now a role model. So like Eve is a role model as a ranger for other girls in guiding. Georgia is a role model for girls and women coming through cricket. But it's about being strong, isn't it? And those sort of characteristics are very important. Role models, what do you think of them in the women's game?
Yeah,
how important are they?
Yeah, it's so important, and I think we're seeing it more and more now. We're getting more women playing the game, and I think sport is, you're right, you're so right, it can teach you so many different things that mirror life, and that's one of the things that I love about it. You learn so many different skills, like working as part of a team. You learn leadership, resilience, discipline, all of that sort of stuff you learn. But when I was coming through, I was taught it by the people in my team who were older than me, and they were my role models, and I looked up to them a lot, and they set the standard and showed the way. And like I said, just like I see myself now as that role model, and I think it's a really important role for me to play within that team, to bring the younger girls up and bring them through and show them just how much fun that we can have, but and how many things that sport can teach us as well at the same time. And I think it can be really powerful, because nowadays you don't just have, you don't have to play sport to be the best at it, although it's good when you are good at it, but it's the participation of it and throwing yourself into new challenges and areas where you may not be particularly comfortable, but you get to overcome that, and you get to do it while you're surrounded by people who are willing you on and supporting you. And I think that's one of the most powerful things about it.
And losing, like learning to lose. And
absolutely,
knowing that,
yeah,
that's not failure, is it? It's just another step, and that actually losing teaches you quite a lot. Winning all the time doesn't necessarily teach you everything about life and sport,
nothing,
does
really.
it? No.
Yeah, we often are encouraged at training to be vulnerable and to fail, and we say that if we're not failing at something in training, then we're not pushing ourselves as far as we can go. So we're often encouraged to try things and get it wrong, just because then it's a learning and we can go again. And the next day we turn up and we might be a little bit better, and then the next day and the next day, and it's that learning and it's that journey. And sport for me, and life really, is about the journey. The outcome stuff, you got to think just is going to take care of itself, and it's about enjoying the process of trying new things and getting out of your comfort zone a little bit.
getting out of your comfort zone, I think that is key to everything we do. Sarah Jane, you love that, doing that with your girls, don't you? Pushing all these girls out of their comfort zone.
Oh yeah, and you know
new things.
Exactly, our new ethos is girls can do anything, and I think girls can do anything, and like Georgia's been saying, it's so important when we can go out and we can have these experiences with our friends in that girl only space as well, which I know lots of our members love, and they're especially loving now being able to come down to the cricket, to the home of cricket as well, and experience it and meet those role models that sometimes they'll only see in their badge packs and that. So it's absolutely wonderful to have these opportunities. When I was younger, we couldn't play cricket because it was only the boys that played cricket. So it's fantastic now that I can actually have a go at playing cricket.
Amazing.
Annie, it's time for you to ask Georgia your question.
How do you deal with nerves before a big game?
That's another very good question. I think the important thing to say is that I still get nervous now, and I'm 32. I've been playing for a very long time, but the nerves don't necessarily go away. I think it's important to talk about it because often people around me are going to be feeling quite nervous as well. And so being able to offload and say how I'm feeling definitely helps. And then knowing that I have been doing lots of training and working really hard can settle me down because I know that I've done the preparation beforehand. And at the end of the day, I love playing cricket. I play because I enjoy it. And I think remembering that it is just a bit of fun, it is a game, and, you know, not to take it too seriously, because I always play my best when I've got a smile on my face, and I often do most things in life well when I've got a smile on my face. So remembering to try and enjoy it, and whatever happens. I can't necessarily control that, but what I can control is, you know, how I approach it and giving it everything that I've got.
Yes, you can almost try too hard sometimes. You take it too seriously, try too hard, and then it all goes horribly wrong. Carys, what would you like to ask?
Can you share any advice with young girls who want to play cricket?
I would say get involved at any space, any park, any local club that you can. I think it's a fantastic game for so many different reasons, and it challenges you every time you play it. I don't think it's particularly easy to master straight away. So whereas you can kick a football into a net and, you know, think you've scored a goal, cricket sometimes can be a little bit more complex. Try the bat and the ball skills come maybe at a later date. So persevere. Make sure you're enjoying it, always playing with a smile on your face, and just doing something that challenges you. I am a huge advocate for. So get involved, and hopefully people will reap the rewards of a fantastic game.
Thank you. Brilliant. So Lili, your turn for your question. Hang on, Lili, you've got your sound off a second. Just put your sound on again. Yeah, there we go.
How important do you think mentorship is in cricket, especially for female players?
I think it's really important, so much so that that's exactly what I want to do when I finish playing. So when I retire and stop, I want to go into a mentorship role and help younger girls coming through and playing cricket. So I think it's really, really important. Have you got people that you look up to now within the sporting world? Yeah, and so that's brilliant. When I was growing up, there weren't that many people who I could look up to, but now for young girls, I think it's brilliant that there are, and I think it's really important that we as role models set good examples for you so that you can see what it might be like to have a career as a professional sportswoman, which I think is brilliant.
I think it's only very recently that careers in sport are a thing for girls, isn't it? And it's a massive game changer and mind shift for girls to actually look at sportswomen and think, I could do that for a living. Which I think is really, really powerful. Important. What would you like to do that, Lili? Would you like to play sport for a living?
Well, I don't know.
What sport are you good at?
I'm quite good at climbing.
Amazing.
Wow, good for you. Oh my, so do you do that in after school? No, it's not in school thing, is it? Climbing?
No, I do it after school.
Well done. Well done. That's absolutely brilliant. So Eve, last question for you.
How do you balance your cricket career with other aspects of your life, like education or personal interests?
Yeah, that's another great question as well. So cricket does take up quite a lot of my time each day, but there are windows where I have days off or a couple of hours free, and I like to be busy and to do lots of other things. So I did go to university when I was just coming out of high school. I went to Loughborough University and did a degree. And then at various points throughout my career, I've looked at different courses that I could do. One was in a nutrition course, because that would obviously help my playing career as well. I did do a coaching badge when I was given the opportunity, and more recently I've been doing some mentorship roles. So there's definitely always opportunities, and I think it's a massively important part of becoming a well-rounded person, not just having sport as something to do, as great as that is. I think it's really important to have lots of different things in your life that you're good at and you can upskill in, and then you've got lots of different options to choose from when you want to decide what you want to do for a living.
So when you went to university, were you able to play cricket and study at the same time?
Yeah, I was really lucky. They had a programme at Loughborough University where we could be high performance cricket and athletes and then study alongside it. And I did my degree over 4 years rather than 3 because I was so busy with cricket, but there were always ways to make sure that the two matched up. Okay.
I'm going to ask you another question. What do you think is the importance? So in South Wales, well, actually across Wales, women's cricket has absolutely boomed. And so Carys's mum is one of the ones I'm talking about. So we started off with softball. We have a massive softball women's league. But how important do you think those women are, the growth of that game, to like bringing on the younger and growing the number of girls playing cricket?
It's amazing. I love going down my local cricket club and watching the softball competitions go on. My brother and he's got a family of 3 nephews, and their mom now plays. So my sister-in-law has taken up softball and she absolutely loves it. And it's a community, and I think that's the best thing about cricket. It can be the hub of a community. Everybody can go and get involved. There's a style of cricket for everybody, and I think that's one of the best things about it. And like I said, it challenges you all the time, but to have so many people able to play it, to break down the barriers, some people don't always like a hard ball being hit at them, and so the softball game is that introduction into it. I think cricket kit can be quite expensive as well at times, so being able to have a version of the sport where it's relatively inexpensive and it doesn't take up a huge amount of time, that people can go and get involved in. And I see mothers and daughters playing in the same team all the time, and it's brilliant. I think that's absolutely fantastic, to be able to play with your mom or play with your daughter. I think it's brilliant.
What I also like is the fact that I think girls, because they're around here, we've done a lot of introducing cricket to girls in primary schools. So I think it's been great to increase their hand-eye coordination. Boys are always kicking a ball about or throwing a ball about, but actually taking cricket into schools has helped girls pick up a bat and a ball and play sports. And I just think that has really, really helped. Just because I think it's confidence as you grow older and you can get involved in teams. If you've never done that as a young person, you're less inclined to do that as you go into secondary schools, where you're more likely to people make fun of you if you can't catch a ball. So it's building those skills from like Elsie, from your age, being able to throw and catch a ball and hit a ball with a bat. Have you had anybody come into school and do cricket with you?
Sure.
Not yet. Right, I'm sending somebody your way. Okay, is that all right? Yeah, brilliant. Would you like that? Where is Elsie based? Sorry, Carys' mum, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hi, you've done very well to keep her entertained, you know. Where are you in Wales? Where are you based?
Llanelli.
Ah, Llanelli, okay. Okay, so we need to get some cricket into your brownie unit. Sarah Jane, we need to link up, get Carl over there doing some taster stuff. But I think, Lisa, there is something happening in their area, isn't it? So Georgia, I think Nathan's filled you in that we're having a big event at Sophia Gardens. I'm not going to rule out, because Lisa, if Carl finds out I haven't mentioned, there's also a major event going on in West Wales. Have we set a date for that?
We have, yes. Yeah, I can't remember
so
the
there's
date,
something
though.
in St Helens and Sophia Gardens. So we're trying to choose iconic venues across. There's one going to be in the north as well, where they're going to run these taster sessions for girls. But we have got quite a few brownies, guides, rainbows and rangers coming to the event in Sophia Gardens on the 8th of May. Lisa, what numbers are we up to now?
About 1,000 girls so far.
Wow.
Which, yeah, it's got bigger every year, which is amazing.
Amazing.
Yes. Yeah, so 2 years ago we had 70 something. Last year we had about 400, and this year we're aiming to have 1,000.
Wow.
So it's a lot of girls playing cricket on that ground, but it's a great way to introduce them. Celyn, what do you think about that? What do you think about that? 1,000 girls playing cricket. Would you like to be one of them? That was the right answer. Okay, so I think the whole point of this interview is actually because I think we're trying to make people able to relate to these incredible players you see on the TV, and you can go and watch at Sophia Gardens. You're actually real people. And that you're approachable, and you've worked. Becoming a cricketer is not easy, and girls, I think I've got 2 girls that have played cricket. You can give up very easily. It's a lot of hard work, and you've been through that, and now you're reaping the rewards. So there are ups and downs. I think Tammy Beaumont got a cap today, her 100th cap, didn't she?
Yeah.
And in the speech that they talked to her about it, they were talking to her about how the challenges that she's had to overcome to get her 100th cap, which is massive for England. So, I mean, you've talked about it yourself. Injuries, ups and downs. I guess you get dropped out of teams and you have to fight your way back into the squads. Fitness is a big part of it, isn't it? So it's, and as you say, nutrition. It's what you eat. It's how you train. You know, and you have good and bad days. I know that somebody said that about cricket to me. It's like 60%, 40%, but 40% good, 60% bad, you know. So you have to overcome those bad days, and then one day you'll be holding the World Cup like
Absolutely.
Georgia. So are there any other questions, girls, that you'd like to ask? Who have we got there?
Annie would like to ask a question.
Okay, Annie. Isabel will come to you. Go on.
How do you keep your bowling so consistent but unpredictable?
Oh, good question. So in 50 over cricket, I think it's okay to just keep being as consistent as you can and let the batter try and get bored before you. But in T20, we talk about you have to be proactive rather than reactive. So you have to be one step ahead of the batter before they can sort of guess what you're going to bowl. So in T20 cricket and in the 100, you kind of don't want to be consistent. You want to be throwing in lots of different slower balls or Yorkers or bouncers and just try and be as unpredictable as you possibly can be. And then in 50 over cricket, you have to go and be quite consistent and hit the same line and length every ball. So it takes a lot of practice, but with the practice, you definitely can do it. And you just have to put yourself under pressure in training so that then when you go out into a game, it's a lot easier when you're out in the middle.
Isabel, did you have a question? No? Anybody else? No? Alice?
No.
No? Carys?
No.
No. Celyn? Celyn, can you think of something? No, I think you've done an absolutely amazing job, Georgia, actually, because what you've said in your way you've responded to those questions has been, you know, like you've covered quite a lot of things, and resilience, and keep trying and try everything, try all sorts of sports. Carys, I'm going to come to you and make you take Elsie to an all-stars lesson, taster session. I think she'd love it. I think she'd love it. But you know, I think the thing is for girls, what I see is quite a lot of girls play football at the moment, and what they do. Once they play football, is that you, Isabel? Do you play?
Yeah.
Lots of girls,
I don't play, but quite a lot.
Yeah, so quite a lot of girls play football, and then they go, well, I'm not playing anything else because I'm actually playing football. And they play football almost all year, 12 months of the year. And actually what you need to kind of get the message across to girls is that girls should try a variety of sports. They say boys have already cottoned on that to be a great sports person, you should play all sorts of sports. I mean, Federer didn't find tennis till he was in like, mid-teens, 14, 15, I don't think, because he played and he was absolutely fantastic at virtually every other sport that he did. But I don't know if that's your case. Did you play other sports than cricket or?
Yeah, I definitely did. I played football, I played rugby, and then when I was at school, I played netball, hockey, badminton, basically anything that I could. And then it was mostly outside of school that I played my cricket. So when I was at school, I just tried everything that I could, tried to immerse myself in it and enjoy that as much as I could, and then played cricket mostly outside.
Yeah, so it's building lots and lots of different skills. And I think being part of a team is quite a big thing. So a lot of research that's gone on to successful women being part of teams, that's it's a great skill to have. So I just want to say thank you ever so much for joining us, because I think that interview has been really, really amazing and given these girls such a lot of information. Have you enjoyed it, girls?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you think you'd want to, yes, you have, Elsie. Do you think you'd want to come and watch Georgia play cricket?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Look, everybody looks quite excited. Megan, would you like to come and watch Georgia play cricket? Yeah. Do you think your parents would be okay to bring you down and watch a big game of cricket at Sophia Gardens? Yeah, I think they'd be quite keen. So yeah, that is absolutely amazing, and thank you so much.
No, thank you for having me, and thank you for all your brilliant questions. They were really, really good. I really enjoyed answering them.
Thank you, Georgia. And girls, do you think that we should give Georgia a badge? Because I think she likes badges. Do you think
I
we
would
should give
love
her one of our new cricket badges? So Georgia, hopefully we'll see you soon. But if not, we'll get in the post to you.
Yes,
so
please.